endorsement of a particular candidate or even for a specific party. The Labor Council is attempting to provide information so that if you are eligible to vote in the Democratic primary on June 28th, you'll be informed on the issues that are important to working families and the labor movement. Now, the ground rules for today's forum are going to be as follows. Each candidate will have the opportunity to make a 2-minute opening statement. We had the candidates pick lots before the forum, and Colleen is going to be first, and this is going to be a little weird because of the way we set them up because of alphabetical order by last name. Steve will go second, and then Eric, and then we're going to rotate it around, okay? The questions will be asked on a rotating basis. Each question will be giving a 2-minute response, and we have a timekeeper here, Dave Scalise. Dave, wave. Dave, and one thing Dave has is he has little signs for the candidates. So Dave has signs for 1 minute, 30 seconds, 10 seconds, and then my favorite one of the night, it's a big red sign that says done. Okay, so if you go over the time, we will give other candidates more time to respond, and I will get testy, and you do not want that. So each candidate will get 1 minute to rebut what was said previously. After all 3 candidates have a chance to rebut each question, we will go on to the next question. At the end of questioning, all candidates will be given 2 minutes closing statements at the end of the evening. All questions have been provided by union members through our website, cnylabor.org, and are issues that only pertain to the labor movement. There will be no questions from the floor. If you have a specific question, I would encourage all the candidates to stay afterwards and field questions individually from the people here. So, for the first question. Yes, I'm sorry, you're very right. The first one's going to be opening statements, so the first one to go will be Colleen. You have 2 minutes, and we're ready? And go.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mark, for hosting tonight. Thank you, Wendy, for coordinating this event. I'm so happy to be here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Colleen Deacon, and I'm running for Congress because I've seen firsthand how the issues in front of Congress affect real people and real people's lives, and I want to be a real voice for the people of this district. For the last 6.5 years, I've been working in Senator Kirsten Gillibrand's office, fighting the fight that everybody in this room has been fighting. I've worked with our veterans community to help them, to connect them to some local job opportunities. I've worked with our post office to attend rallies to keep Saturday service open. I've worked to protect trade deals that have gone bad with companies in this region so we could keep jobs here locally. Manufacturing jobs have continued to leave this district consistently over the last 30 years, and John Kako has done nothing to address jobs or poverty here in this district. I want to stand strong and fight for minimum wage, fight for paid family leave, fight for affordable health care, things that I have been doing my whole time in Senator Gillibrand's office, Mayor Driscoll's office, and I will continue to do once I'm elected to Congress. You know, my first day of work was when my 16th birthday. I grew up here in Syracuse. I graduated from Nottingham High School. And when I went to work, I worked at the Nottingham, and I became a member of SEIU 1199, and I saw firsthand how being a part of a union really helped support the members that they had. And I want to continue to fight hard for the brothers and sisters in labor to make sure that we're doing everything we can to keep jobs here in this region, to keep the economy going, and really help to bring people what they need in this district. After I graduated from college, I was waiting tables for a living, and my job didn't come with health care or sick time. So I had, sorry, Dave got me. My job didn't come with health care or sick time, so when I became pregnant with my son, Adrian, I was forced to rely on Medicaid, and I had to quit my job a few days before he was born and go on food stamps and WIC to keep us healthy.
Thank you. Okay, next will be Steve Williams.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. I've had the great pleasure of meeting most of you already, and I appreciate that as well. Let me start by saying why I'm running. And most of you know this. I'm running to fight against special interests that have been creating policy in this country that adversely affect the working people of this district now for decades. In 1979, in Onondaga County alone, that's one of the 4 counties that comprise the district, we had 33,000 more good-paying manufacturing jobs in this county then than we do now. That's not happening by accident. That's happening because of policies coming out of DC that affect Americans adversely. We know that the gap between the super wealthy and the middle class has been widening consistently for the past 13 to 15 years. That's never happened before. We know that in 1972, 2/3 of the population was considered middle class. Now less than half is considered middle class. Now, I come from a humble background. You know, my father was a manufacturing worker, and he experienced several very long layoffs when I was a kid. I know what it means to struggle. I couldn't put myself, my folks couldn't put me through school. I had to put myself through community college and then state school. But I'll tell you, since then, I've accomplished some things that I'm proud of. I've taken on special interest. I've worked on behalf of pension funds to recover money that was lost in the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme. And I did that against big-time corporations, and I won. Now I want to fight for the people of this district. I want to use the skills I've learned as an attorney and as an officer in the United States Navy to fight for the people in this room and the people of this district and to create jobs. And I thank you for your time and attention.
And last one will be Eric Kingson.
Hello. I don't just want to fight against special interests. I have been fighting against special interests beginning with the civil rights movement in the early 60s, continuing to the research I did on income security and economic security, continuing to serving as staff to Democrats on 2 presidential commissions on Social Security, and on building a national organization which is located at the AFL-CIO. They provide us in-kind space for our 8 staff persons. This is the organization that's credited with having stopped cuts to everybody's Social Security. All 152,000 people in this district and all 59+ million people in the country. It's also credited with putting the idea of expanding benefits on the table, and it's been picked up by Bernie Sanders and Hillary. But I don't just want to expand Social Security, which I do. I want to fight to see the day when we have $100 more, when we have paid family leave, when we have a variety of benefits we can afford in Social Security. I also want to take those skills of working with national organizations, members of Congress, with getting the word from outside of Washington. We have bipartisanism outside of Washington, Republican or Democrats. There is agreement, but it's crazy there. I want to take the skills of having built a national organization. We got $12 million to do it through foundations. I want to apply it to pre-K, to raising minimum wage, to care work. I also want to apply it to fight for the rights of unions to grow and to protect themselves. We are seeing the attempt to pull apart our nation's unions. The right wing wants to do it. They know unions can be powerful. They can make contributions. They've been working at it. They're playing off workers against taxpayers as if public workers aren't taxpayers. So I want to fight for that. I understand that the unions built the middle class, and we lose them at the peril of everyone.
Oh, very good. Thank you very much. Okay, so